Hello friends, good morning all of you, and let's start today. So we'll continue with our unit number 3. Probably we'll complete it today. So I will share the screen. So all students should join in time. I can see that only 34 students are joined. I don't know what is the reason, but very few students are joining the lecture. Earlier it was not like that. What is the reason? Why students are not joining? For only PC lecture they are not joining, or for other lectures also only these much students are present? How is it like this? Only for PC lecture there are less attendance? Okay, anyway, those who are coming and attending, that's fine. If they don't want to come, it's their question. So we shouldn't think much about them. So let's try to continue. So up to now in previous class, when people have done that, what you people can prepare, what do's and don'ts also we have seen, and how you people can just work on your preparation before interview, during interview, and after interview. That much we people have seen so far. And in today's class, we are going to talk about this, that is frequently asked questions. So let's try to work on this. So you're sure, you have to be sure that there are some or certain questions which will be there in your interview. Whatever may be, you are going to apply first time, or maybe you are going to just you are experienced, or whatever it may be. There are going to be some questions for you which are frequently asked or which are common questions, and if you think they we can just prepare your own answer for such questions, I'm sure that you people will just get confidence, and somewhat your interview is going to be fine. So we in today's class we people will try to know about these questions. So somebody reply me just if it is okay. Voice is audible as well as screen is visible. So is it audible and visible? Everything is fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Anjali, for replying. Let's continue. So first of all, you people have to be again try to understand that when you people are going to face your interview. So a typical scenario will be like this. Earlier, you people might have submitted your resumes to the interviewer. Okay, and based on your resumes, that whatever information that you have mentioned in your resume, that the person is going to read about it. And apart from that, then there will be the scrutinies of resumes. Scrutinies means that they will just shortlist some of the resumes for the interview. And then earlier, the whole procedure might have done. What whole procedure? First of all, you might have appeared for aptitude. Okay. When you qualify aptitude, then you people are going to maybe there may be GD or may not be. Not all organizations they conduct GDs, but if there is GD, you people have to face it. Then let's say that if you might have done good in GD, then next round will be of your personal interview, and you might have called for interview. So what preparation you people are supposed to do for interview? I have already told you that about resumes, about photographs, about dress and appearance, and about all other factors that we people have discussed. And now you are ready for your interview, and you may be waiting outside the interview room. And when it is your turn, again you are going to knock on the door of the interview room, and you are going to enter. And let's say you are going to greet the interviewer by saying good morning, sir, or something like this, and then your interview is going to be started. Or they may tell you just have your seat, you're waiting there, you're standing in front of them, so they're going to tell you please have your seat, and you're sitting in the chair. So again, we have done with body language and everything, facial expressions and smile, all that things we have discussed. So now it is now actually your interview is going to start. So probably they may ask you, uh, how is your day? Probably. So usually they begin with like this, tell me about yourself. But before that, they wanted to make you comfortable. So they may ask you that, how was your day? So what is the purpose of asking this question? They wanted to make you comfortable with this let's say situation, or that let's say interview, because you're meeting first time, let's say, because you're not familiar with the interviewer, or you have not met before, or you don't have any idea who is the person next is. So you wanted to get little bit familiar with the persons there, and so they may ask you, not necessarily, it is not compulsory, they may ask you that how was your day or how is your day. uh, so maybe instead of this was, we'll call it is, not in the past but currently, how is your day? So in that short you have to tell, it was fine, it was good, it was nice. Or maybe if you're traveling and maybe there is some problems of traffic, or some problem matter, or you met with some an accident or something like that. So don't mention anything negative here, but you can say it was a fine and I could reach in time, something like this. If you're traveling, so if your interview is held at other place, or you have to travel, or in other cities you are going to uh, face an interview, so that time it is better to answer that, sir, it was fine and I reached earlier in time and it was nice day for me. So something like that you people can answer. So this question is not to check your knowledge or to just see how you are communicating or something like this, but this question is for to make you comfortable, so that you can just be relaxed there, because there is not the interview question, but that question will just give you a sense that okay, finally they are just asking about me, they are just maybe wanted to know about me, and so you'll feel comfortable there, or you'll not be having any tense or anxiety as far as you're going to begin with this question. Then you can imagine that, suppose that they did not ask you this question like this, how is your day, rather than then they may think of the next question. So your question is going to begin with this, tell me about yourself. Okay, so this will be your first and foremost question in any interview where you are going to appear for interview, let's say. And again, the similar things, why they ask this question, because they wanted to know how you're just going to begin, how you're good in your, let's say, starting the conversation. Okay, so this is the purpose that they wanted to ask you. And I'm sure that this question is an opportunity to make impression, positive impression, or to set a tone of your interview. How your entire interview is going to happen, that will decide the answer of this question. If you're going to answer it in an effective way, or if it in a positive way, and if you could impress the interviewer by answering in a better way, then your entire interview is going to create a positive tone for you. Otherwise, see, in this first question itself, if you are going to hesitate, if you're going to have fear, nervousness, or let's say you are not able to do well in this first question, your entire interview may be going to set up negative tone for you. So therefore, don't waste this opportunity to create a positive impression about you, because this is a question which is all about yourself. So tell me, is it a technical question? Tell me about yourself. Is it a technical question? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Yes. It is not a technical question at all. Okay. So therefore, you people have to think about what point, what information you people could add, and how can make it better, how can make it impressive. Because in this simple question, you people have to give your own introduction. Simply, what you are expected to give, your own introduction. And in introduction, whose information we are going to put, it is our information. So nobody will be like this, that I don't know about myself, I don't know my name, I don't know my address, I don't know my, let's say, some things about me. the school name, college name, something like this. So we know everything. I know my name better. I can just tell from where I am. I can just tell that from where I have completed my schooling or HSC or my graduation or post graduation. Or I can talk little bit about my hobbies or interests. I can talk about my family background. So something like this. So in this question, you need to give your introduction, and that could be for 2 to 3 minutes. Again, try to understand. You need not to speak for, let's say, 5 minutes. More than 5 minutes you shouldn't speak, because there should be time or chance that they should ask you another questions as well. So there are some students, while introducing, they just continue for longer period of time. So I will recommend, don't speak more than 3 minutes maximum, or maximum 5 minutes will be too much. Okay, so for 2 to 3 minutes you have to speak about yourself, and you just try to find out information about you that you can present, which can be show or showcase your uh, positive sides while talking about your introduction. Or this question can be asked in different way also. So tell me something yourself, tell me about yourself, rather than them ask you introduce yourself. So this is another way of asking you this question. Or they may ask you in a different way also. Sometimes the question is called run your resumes also. So run your resume, that whatever you people have mentioned your resume, people try to uh, mention it. When they ask you run your resume, that time it is expected that what information you have provided in your resume, that you are expected to tell in your introduction, in short, like this. So all you people should prepare your introduction, brief introduction within, let's say 2 to 3 points, or let's say 4 to 5 points you people can add. So let's try to discuss which points you people can add. So first of all, you people have to talk about your name. So how to begin? How to begin initially? If they're mentioning your name, let's say your name is Rohit, and they're telling Rohit, tell me about yourself. So after that, you don't tell your name, because already they know from your resume that your name is Rohit, so there is no need to tell your name. But I'm just having the experience like this. Many of the students, when they are asked to introduce themselves, they begin with myself. So they say myself Rohit. So is it right to call myself Rohit, or no? You just reply me, what do you know?
Right, sir.
Okay, so as per Pragati, you say it right. But I will recommend, instead of just calling myself, uh, it may be you can use it, but I will recommend don't use myself. Okay. So why don't use myself? Because myself is not a correct pronoun. We people have studied pronouns in semester first. So myself is, let's say, reflexive pronoun or emphatic pronoun. So that pronoun will not be right here. So rather than, you people can use I am. So that will be a better way. Instead of just calling myself, don't call myself Rohit. You people can say I'm Rohit, or you can mention your surname as well, and then continue. So first of all, you should mention your name. If they are mentioning your name, in that case, you don't mention it. If they're asking you introduce yourself or tell me about yourself, in that case, they have not mentioned your name. In that case, you mention your name. Then second point, you can just talk about that address. So you people need to tell from where are you. In that case, you can begin like this. I'm from, and then mention the place from where you are. So suppose that if you're giving the introduction for the multinational companies, so instead of just mentioning village name, for example, if I say I'm from Upri, so many people don't know about Upri. Where is that Upri? Or they may call something else, because Upri is not a proper place to tell. So you can mention like this: I'm from Upri, which is in Kundapur Tahsil, district Solapur, something like this, because you need to mention details so that it can be, just say, uh, the people can identify, because nobody knows about my village. And in that case, or these people, they don't know about my village, and if I'm just saying that I'm from Upri only, that is not sufficient. But in this case, so all the people who are from, let's say, same background, they are from Pandharpur Tehsil, and they know that the Upri is a village in Pandharpur. In that case, it is okay to say I'm from Upri because they are also from the same Tehsil and they know about the village Upri. In that case, it is okay to say I'm from Upri. But at your interview, I'm sure that these interviews may not have an idea about your village. So you try to just say, I'm from Upri, which is in Pandharpur Tehsil, district Solapur, something like this. Or another way, you can just use that I come from. I come from also can be used. Or another phrase is there. This is I hail from. So this is also used. So what does it mean by I hail from? Similar meaning, I am from this particular place. I come from this place. So you need to mention about your address from where you are. Okay. Then next, try to talk about your educational qualifications. Okay. So as far as your educational qualification, you just mentioned that I have completed my SSC from this school and HSC from this junior college. If you wanted to mention the let's say class, first class, second class, first grade, second grade, or you can mention your percentage as well. And from where you have completed your graduation. I have completed my graduation from Surrey's College of Engineering, Pandharpur, from this branch. Or you can mention that it is affiliated to Punyashlok Ahilyadevi Holkar, Solapur University, Solapur as well. If you could mention, because you have to practice on it. It is not, if I ask you right now, you have to introduce yourself. I'm sure that many of you are not prepared. So you need to prepare your own introduction anywhere, because number of times you people are going to be asked your introduction, not only in interview, but sometimes at other events or organizations, or let's say programs, or maybe in speech, or at some times you are going to be asked introduce yourself. So you people need to prepare your own introduction. You need to just think about it, how you are going to deliver it. Maybe I'm going to ask you, some of you introduce yourself also. It is not possible to take introduction of all students, but I will try at least 4 or 5 students to introduce. Let's say, depending upon time, we people will just try to take introduction as well. Okay. So try to mention a little bit information about your educational qualification as well. So in that, I just told you that I have completed. You're mentioning that many of the students I was completed a little bit correction of grammar, because in the first question itself you are making some grammar mistakes. That is not okay. Okay, in the flow of communication, if there is some and here and there, that will be okay, but in first question you have to be very prepared and you should tell your brief introduction about. Okay, so you're talking a little bit about your let's say educational qualification. Then next you can talk about your, it's a family background. So we are joint family, we are nuclear family, we are separate family. There are 4 members in my family. So I have younger brother, younger sister, elder brother, elder sister, my father and mother. So little bit about the family members. My father is a let's say a businessman. My father is teacher. My father is business owner or something like that. Whatever your father is, or maybe you can say what your professions also, you can mention that he is whatever it is. So think about, maybe you can say he's farmer as well. And you can talk about your mother as well. Uh, Mother is housewife, homemaker, you can call it. Or if your mother is working somewhere, you can tell that my mother is also a teacher. My mother is a businesswoman. My mother is, let's say, working in somewhere, or let's say government employee, what it may be. So you can mention that, or you can say my mother is also a farmer as well. Then you can talk a little bit about your, let's say, hobbies. So when you talk about your hobbies, you just mention a couple of hobbies. Don't give a list of long list of your hobbies. In my free time, I like to read books and listen to music. something like this, which you really do. Don't copy from someone else, or don't try to find out on internet. On internet, you can get number of hobbies, but you just try to find out what are your hobbies, and you just try to mention them. Apart from that, you can just say swimming and exercise is there. And apart from that, there are a number of hobbies that you can think of your own. Maybe cooking, watching movies, and watching games, sports, playing sports as well. So a couple of hobbies you can mention here, and then you people can just mention your, let's say, your goal. Your goals you can mention, short-term goals, long-term goals you people can mention as far as you people are concerned. Because this is, I'm telling, that will be a brief introduction. That should be brief introduction. So if you think that you can talk for 2 to 3 minutes, that will be okay. You can skip some of the point, not necessarily the same way you people need to uh, give introduction, or those points only you have to mention. Not necessarily, you can skip anything. If you think that I can skip here any hobbies, I don't want to mention my hobbies right now. There could be another question which is going to come, what are your hobbies? In that case, I will talk about it. Or I want to mention these hobbies and I can skip all the points, or I want to skip goals, that will be okay. But you think that how you are going to introduce in a better way. Try to learn it, try to make your own sentences, try to collect your own information, and try to deliver it in front of your friends, in front of mirror. Try to practice giving your own introduction. That will make you more confident, and at the time of interview also you'll feel that yes, this first question is very let's say useful for you, that you can introduce yourself in a better way to the interviewers. So that much you people can just mention in your introduction. So you can take 1 or 2 minutes and let me know, is there anyone who would like to introduce yourself? I will take 4 or 5 students right now. 4 to 5 students will take, who are ready to introduce yourself. So anyone who is interested for introduction, you can raise your hand. We will try to have introduction. So introduction is your own information. Try to give your introduction, because I'm not just taking interview. I'm just taking only introduction, or just this. Here you're preparing for this first and foremost question, which is very important. So anybody wants to give your introduction in short, in your own way. Okay, fine. That's terrible. Nobody wants to give introduction. But at least prepare. Right now, if you're not ready, that will be okay. But see, you cannot have such kind of silence at the time of interview, at the time of at various social events or public events where you need to talk publicly in front of maybe your friends. It will be okay to talk in front of friends, but there are going to be sometimes audience whom you don't know. So in front of them also you need to introduce yourself. Okay, work on it. If it is not, then today only take a page and just think about that, what you people can do as far as your introduction is there. If you're not able to introduce yourself, because this is the simplest task that you people can do, and that is in English. If it is in mother tongue, that will be okay, you can manage somehow, but in English you people are going to introduce yourself, and it should not be having negative or bad impression in first question itself. So hope that in next class, will you come prepared? In next class we will take.
Yes, sir.
So at least in next class, think about introduction, what you can do, how you can do, watch some videos also on YouTube, because on YouTube you'll get different perspectives, ideas also, so that you people can use, and what things you people can mention in your introduction that will be useful for you. So definitely someone just remind me that I will take introduction, and that is also only 5 students. Only five
Okay,
students
sir.
I wanted to take. Okay. So those 5 students, just be ready, and first 5 students will be given chance. That's all. Okay. So this is again frequently asked. I will say compulsorily. This is a compulsory question. I will not say frequently asked, but this is compulsory question. Amrut, is there anything that you would like to add? So don't unmute yourself then unnecessarily. Okay. Then we people will go to the next question. So next question usually may come like this, but this is not for you. Why it is not for you? Who will tell me why this question is not for you? Why this question is not for you? Why did you leave your previous job? This question is not for you because, yes, Sujal. Why this question is not for you?
अजून जॉबच नाही लागला.
Yes. You people are freshers. You people are not working anywhere. So there is no question of leaving previous job. Okay. So therefore this question is not for you. But let's consider that this question will be there. Imagine that you're fresher and you just gave your interview and you got selected into one company. Let's say you got selected into a company. Okay. But after working some time in this company, you realize that this a company is not suitable for you. You wanted to grow and you wanted to get more opportunities. So what you're going to do, you're going to leave this company and you wanted to look job into another company, let's say B company. Okay. So when you're going to apply for this B company, in that B company, you are going to ask this question, because right now you work in this a company, you're mentioning that I have experience of 2 years. So at that time they may ask you, why did you leave your previous job? So therefore you people have to be ready to give justification for this question, that what is the reason that you are leaving your previous job. It should not be that previous organization was giving very less salary and I'm looking for very good salary right now, and so I wanted to work with you, or I have left that previous job. Because basically reason is the same. Reason is that you are getting higher salary there. Okay. Or you are going to get a good chance there, but you shouldn't tell, or you shouldn't just try to make it clear that because of money you are leaving your previous job and you are joining this organization. Not only money, but with money you are going to learn a lot of things with that organization. So therefore you can answer like this, that's actually I wanted to learn more, and in my previous company, I think that whatever the things for me, I have learned it, and now I wanted to expand my knowledge and experience. So I have left my previous job, and I wanted to start with you people. Something like that, you people can answer. But as a fresher, you people are not going to face this question, so don't worry about this question. Why did you leave your previous job? Remember that all you people have to think answers of such questions, because at the end of this unit I'm going to conduct mock interviews also. Okay, so you people have to be ready for this question. Then next question may ask you what sort of job you're looking for. Okay, what sort of job you're looking for. So what you should tell here, what you should answer here. In short, I will tell here your dream job. What is the dream job? The job in which you're getting everything. So your name, your fame, money, and satisfaction, learning, and challenges, something like this. At a place of job you people need to think of this way only. Okay, so first of all, you should have to think about your passion, that you love to work like this. So in for this question, people can answer like this. Let's say I wanted to get a job where I can fully contribute myself, or my contribution should be there, and where I can be happy to work, and I can just grow. I can learn so many things. I can face challenges. I can solve problems there. So such kind of job I'm looking for. So this kind of answer people can think. In following slides, people are going to look in deep about such things. Let's discuss first of all here. Then next it says, next question, which is frequently asked question. What appeals to you about this job? What does it mean, appeals to you? So appeals means what makes that I should do, I should get this job. मी कशामुळे वाटलं की मला हा जॉब मिळायला पाहिजे असं का वाटतंय. So something like this. So again, you people need to be ready with some of the reasons that why you want to get this job. So similar like this, that I think that this job or this organization is reputed organization. This company is multinational company. I can feel proud to work with this organization, or this will give me an opportunity to grow, to enhance my skills, to increase my knowledge, or it will be a good platform for flourishing my career. So something like that, you people have to be ready with answers. First of all, you people try to understand question. If you understand question, then you people may think of answer in that way. So का असं वाटतं तुम्हाला की हा जॉब तुम्हाला करायचा आहे. So this is like this. Then you people will think of next question. Why do you think you'd be good at this job? So next question असं असेल की तुम्हाला असं काय वाटतं की या जॉबसाठी तुम्ही चांगले व्यक्ती आहात, किंवा तुम्ही चांगलं काम कराल या पोस्टसाठी, असं तुम्हाला का वाटतं? So here you need to talk about your skills and knowledge and experience. So people can think that about your skills. So I think that the requirement of this post have these skills and I have these skills. Many people can say I have knowledge, you can say I have let's say experience. Okay, and so I think that I'll be good at this job. Or maybe you can mention other points also where you people may be having certain abilities working for this post or previous experience, something like this. So people can talk about that and prove that how you'll be good at this job. Okay. Then next question, again important question. All questions are important, but this question will be again common question here, that what are your strengths? So what you can tell here, the things in which you feel that you are good. So maybe there are some things like that. There are some people who are good in drawing. There are some people who are good in coding. There are some good people who are maybe working hard. There are some people who are just honest. There are some people who can stay focused. There are some people who can just contribute for longer period of time. So strengths can be number of things. So in following slides, you people will get some of the sample examples that you people can tell as a strength, but you people need to do your own analysis. I think that this is in last unit we people are going to see, and this analysis will be SWOC analysis. And here you people are expected to find out your strengths. Then you are going to find out your weaknesses. You need to find out your opportunities. And people need to find out your challenges. Okay. So if you could find your strengths, you need to mention. and these should be your strengths, because you cannot say just that I'm hardworking, or I'm honest, or you are just saying that I'm focused, or I'm a good team player, or I have leadership qualities. You can mention as a strength, I have leadership qualities. If you're just saying that I have leadership qualities, that will not prove that you have leadership qualities. So if you're saying I have leadership qualities, you need to just give some examples how you're good in leadership. Okay. And you just need to share your experiences or some of the situations where you have taken lead, and you have done some work, or you managed some situations, or I'm a good problem solver, or something like this. Or maybe you can tell my academic uh, percentage, this could be my strengths. It means that academically you are strong. In every year, in every semester, you're getting, let's say, above 90% marks, or good score you people have, you can say like this. Or if you are good in a particular subject also, that can be your strength. So strengths can be different, but you need to find out your own strengths. Okay? Because that will decide, that will tell that how exactly you people are knowing yourself. There are many students who are not aware about their strengths. They don't aware about their weaknesses also. And this is asked in interview: what is your strength, what is your biggest strength, or what are the things that you are good in? These are some of the another ways to ask the same question. Because here one way is given, what are your strengths, but they will not ask you what are your strengths. They will say, what are the things in which you are good. So that is also meaning is same. So you are explaining here your strengths. Okay. Similar question, or we'll call it opposite question of strengths, that will be your weaknesses. So here also you people need to think that all people are not able to find out their weaknesses. In fact, there are some people who think that I don't have any weakness, I'm all perfect. But there is no one in this world who is perfect person. There are some lacunas, let's say. There are some drawbacks. There are some weaknesses, but that you need to analyze, that you need to find out. And if you are able to find it out, then only you can just understand that is your weakness. And if you can identify your weakness, then you people can work on it. Okay. So let's say, for example, if I say that communication or English communication is my weakness, that I'm not good in English or not better in English communication. Okay. So here you people can work on your English communication, and you people can tell it, or you can say, I'm poor in English communication, but I'm working on it. Or rather than, you people have to tell such weaknesses that can be your strengths. For example, taking too much responsibility on my shoulders. Okay, so if you're taking too much responsibility on your shoulder, is it actually weakness or a hidden strength? It can be weakness, but it is hidden strength, because you're ready to work a lot. That shows. So it is not weakness at all, it is rather your strength. So you have to choose such as weaknesses which will be hidden strengths, which can convert into strengths. So such weaknesses you people need to find out of your own. Here also I'll try to tell you some of the examples that you can tell that as a weaknesses, which can be again converted into strength. So I cannot say no if anybody is asking for help. If anybody is asking for help and you're helping them, so is it weakness or is it strength? In fact, it is strength, but you are converting it as a hidden strength. Or let's say you're too much sensitive. So becoming sensitive is good, in fact. So this can be your weakness. So try to find out such weaknesses that you people can tell that weaknesses, and also tell that how you are improving on it. Okay, how you are working on it. Okay. So this is also one of the common questions which are asked in an interview. So is it audible? Is it visible? Everything is fine for you? Reply me someone, because in between I feel that only continuously I am speaking. So there is one-way communication. So people try to reply in between. Is it okay?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Vijay. So try to find out your weaknesses. Then we will go to the next slide. Will you accept this job if it were offered to you? What is the meaning of this question? If it is offered to you, it means that in spite of just whatever the qualification you have, whatever the knowledge you have, skills you have, we'll keep it aside. Okay, whatever the knowledge, skills, or the qualification you have, we'll keep it aside and we'll offer it. म्हणजे हा जॉब तुम्हाला देण्यात येईल. मी दिल्यासारखा जमेल की तुमचे कुठले स्किल्स, नॉलेज किंवा एक्सपिरियन्सचा विचार न करता तो तुम्हाला हा जर जॉब दिला तर तुम्ही ते ऍक्सेप्ट कराल का, असा हा क्वेश्चन आहे. ओके, when they are going to offer, it means that perhaps they are going to not offer it to anyone. कुणालाही ते ऑफर करणार नाहीत ना. They might have seen about your passion, your let's say some information about you they might have collected. So of course you can answer this question in two ways. You can say yes, I will accept this job because I think that I will give justification to this job, or I will do work good in this job. So therefore I will accept it. म्हणजे मला असं वाटतं की मी या जॉबच्या प्रती चांगली माझी भूमिका पार पाडू शकतो, मी चांगला न्याय देऊ शकतो या पोस्टसाठी, किंवा माझ्याकडे तेवढे स्किल्स आहेत, पोटेन्शियल आहे. सो आय विल ऍक्सेप्ट इट. Or you can answer it in a negative way also. Negative means in the sense, I think that we need to discuss more, we need to have more interaction, and based on that you can just decide. If still you want to offer this job to me, I'll be ready. Means that anyway you're ready to offer this, take this job, accept this job. But in first case you think that you're confident, you have skills, knowledge, and so you are going to take it. And on the other hand, you can say that there should be more discussion, there should be knowing each other, and then you are going to accept this job. Okay, so perhaps this may be the question and answer that you people can prepare for this. Then next question may be asked like this, or sometimes it may be skipped, but most probability is this, there will be this question. So what do you know about this company? Okay, I think that at the time of in previous while preparation, we people have seen that if the question is like this, what do you know about your company, then you people need to give a lot of information that you people have collected from different sources. So as much as you can. So this company was established in this year, and you can mention that he is the founder member of this company. Presently this company is working in this sector, and there are 10 branches, 10 offices, 5 in India at these cities, and there are 5 branches in abroad also, in Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, something like that. You can mention, give details that you have collected from different sources. This company is providing good service, something like this. So what you have collected information from the internet, from the website, or let's say from the employees who are working in that organization, or from the, let's say, newspaper, magazines, etc. So whatever you information have collected, that people try to give it to the interviewer when he asks the question. Because this is again nice opportunity, because it may not be all questions are very simple for you, but these are certain questions where you people are very prepared, because here at the time of introduction, at the time of this you people quite can be well prepared, and you people can answer these questions. Then next question, again very important, and it is difficult for candidates to answer. If you take this job, how long will you stay? जे तुम्हाला हा जॉब म्हणजे मिळाला किंवा तुमचं सिलेक्शन झालं, तर किती लॉंग, किती वर्षापर्यंत किंवा कधीपर्यंत तुम्ही आमच्यासोबत काम कराल? सो दिस इज अ ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन, व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट. यू मे थिंक की आता मग काय सांगायचं, इफ आय से आय विल वर्क 5 years, so what after 5 years? If I say I will work 10 years, so how to answer this question? So here you should not tell any span. So I will work with you in 1 year, 2 years, something like this. You can say I will work as long as my skills and knowledge are used for this contribution of the company, for the growth of company, or my career goals are achieved. I will be happy to work with. And if I feel at some stage of my later career that I have learned everything that I can learn in this organization, in that case I may think of switching the company. So you can answer like this. म्हणजे जोपर्यंत मला माझ्या ज्या काही नीड्स असतील, प्रोफेशनल नीड्स त्या पूर्ण होतात तोपर्यंत आय कॅन वर्क विथ यू. अँड ॲट एनी स्टेज की असं वाटतंय की आता एव्हरीथिंग आय हॅव लर्न हिअर, इन दॅट केस आय मे थिंक ऑफ स्विचिंग अ जॉब. So you can answer like this also. Then next you people may just think of this question. Don't you think you may be too old, too young, or too inexperienced? So in such question, you people cannot think of this, or you cannot think of maybe just young as well, but inexperienced, because you people are going to apply as a fresher. So they may ask you, why should we select you because you are just fresher? So you need to give answer that though I am inexperienced, but I have good academic knowledge, and I have passion for working in this field. So I wanted to start my career from somewhere, and I think that your company will be a good platform for me where I can start the journey of my career. So something like that you can answer when they ask you that you are fresher or you are inexperienced. Or if they're asking you you're young, then you just try to justify that though you are young, but you have achieved a lot of just heights by during your academic 4 years, and afterwards also you wanted to do much more. So this way you people try to justify the questions which are asked to you and try to be ready with answers. So these are the some of the common questions, or we'll call it let's say frequently asked questions that are asked during an interview. There are others also, we'll try to discuss them in following slides also. So I'll say that interview is not the activity that you can face anyhow. In fact, it requires a lot of planning, a lot of preparation and hard work. If you're just planning your interview, that if I'm going to face an interview, these will be the questions. You can just anticipate. What is meaning of anticipate? You try to guess की कुठले कुठले प्रश्न विचारले जातील मला. So you make your own questions and try to find out answers of these questions, and then try to be ready for these questions. Also face a lot of mock interviews, so that will help you to increase your confidence, because you don't know interview which question interview is going to ask you. So if people try to be better with these things. I think that today we are going to stop here. We'll discuss few points in next class. Apart from that, ISC. So for ISC, chapter 1 and 2 will be there. Today I will add notes in teaching diary for unit number 2. You people all through go through those notes and try to prepare. Test will be MCQ, but those who people will read, for them it will be, because if you're just going to prepare the MCQs which are at the end of the notes, that will not be useful. You need to go through the written notes as well. That will be useful for you. Okay, any questions? If not, then you'll confirm attendance and we'll stop with you. So let me know if you can just stay connected. I'll just complete the attendance, and at the end I will mention absent numbers. Okay, so let's try to confirm option numbers. Roll number 4, 18, 21, 23, 24, 29, 30, 31, 37, 39, 44, 53, 56, 59, 62, and 66. These are option numbers. If anybody is present, you just say present. Otherwise, we will stop here. So, should we stop here? Should I end this meeting from my side?
Yes, sir.
Yes.